Hi guys, welcome to the Zip oil filter installation video. In this video, we will show you how to install the new Zip oil filter in your car and change the engine oil through a step-by-step process. In order to install the oil filter, first of all, you will require the following supplies: gloves, funnel and drain pan, cleaning cloth, Zip oil filter, wrench and other tools as needed based on the owner's manual, new engine oil based on the owner's manual, and a measuring cup. Before opening the box, check the name of the car model on the packaging to ensure the filter you're using is meant for your car. If the car was running before, turn it off and wait for at least 20 minutes before proceeding further. However, if the engine is cold, let your car warm up for 1 to 2 minutes, then shut it off and wait 10 to 15 minutes before proceeding. Now, there are 3 ways to elevate your car in order to drain the old oil. The first one is to use a jack. However, this one is the least safe of all, so we don't recommend using a jack. The second way is to drive your car onto 2 ramps. Apply the parking brake and put the car into first gear for extra safety. Place shocks behind the wheels and check whether the car is stable or not by shaking it from the side. The third procedure requires a car elevator which is found at a local garage. Park your car in between the elevator and apply the parking brake and put the car onto first gear for extra safety. Make sure all the supporters are properly placed under the car before pressing the elevator button. Once secured, press the elevator button to lift the car up. You can either use the ramps or the elevator as per the availability. For clear demonstration purposes, we will be using the elevator. Locate the oil drain plug. It is a nut that is located at the bottom end of your oil pan towards the front side of the car. Check your owner's manual for help in locating the drain plug. Place the oil pan below it. As the oil will flow at an angle into the pan, so make sure you have covered enough space below the plug. Make sure you're not facing the bolt in any way. Attach the correct size socket to the wrench. Refer your manual for the same. Unscrew the plug and apply moderate pressure while doing so. Once the plug is loose, you can use your hand to slowly unscrew it. While unscrewing it, push the plug back towards the pan to keep oil from rushing out until you're ready to remove the plug from the hole. Be careful that oil may be hot. Drain the old oil. Let the oil flow out for 10 to 15 minutes until the dripping completely stops. Wipe any extra oil near the drain plug. Replace oil plug and gasket tip with a new one. Tighten the oil plug by hand. After the plug is hand tight, secure it with a wrench. Never over tighten the drain plug. Locate the oil filter. Usually, the location of the oil filter depends on your car. It may be located at the bottom of the car next to the oil pan on either side and will look like a cylindrical canister or under the hood near the engine in an oil filter housing. We are going to show the procedure for both of them, starting with the oil filter located below. Position the oil pan under the old filter even after you have drained the oil, as the old oil filter can still contain hot oil. Then, be very careful as you use your oil filter wrench to loosen the filter. After the oil filter is loose and oil has drained, carefully unscrew it by hand to remove it. Open the box and take out the Zip oil filter from it. Here you can see how dirty your old oil filter has turned due to the used oil it has absorbed and also can see that the old oil filter is in the correct size as the car was earlier serviced with an incorrect filter. Before installing your Zip oil filter, lightly lubricate its rubber seal with fresh engine oil. Use your finger to dab engine oil on the filter gasket. Use a cloth to clean the oil filter location before installing the Zip filter. Screw on the filter by hand and then use your oil filter wrench to tighten the oil filter at its place. It's usually not necessary to tighten the oil filter with the wrench, but check the filter's instructions to be sure. For the oil filter located next to the engine in an oil filter housing, firstly, open and mount the hood securely before proceeding further. Use the required filter wrench, refer to your manual, to unscrew the housing. You can extend the wrench using an extension bar to make it easy to unscrew the housing. Remove the housing cap and here you will see the dirty oil filter. Carefully note how the filter was installed while you take it out. Now, clean the housing base and cap thoroughly with a cloth. Open the box and take out the Zip oil filter along with the rubber seal provided with it. Here you can see how dirty your old oil filter has turned due to the used oil it has absorbed. Before installing your Zip oil filter, take out the old rubber seal and put the new rubber seal onto the oil filter housing cap and slightly lubricate the seal with fresh engine oil. Use your finger to dab engine oil on the filter gasket. Insert the new Zip oil filter into the oil filter housing base and place it firmly. Screw on the filter housing cap by hand and then use your oil filter wrench to tighten the housing cap. You have successfully installed the Zip oil filter. Let's move to the final part, changing your engine oil. Locate the engine oil cap next to the engine or it might be present on top of the engine. Clean the oil cap before opening it. Make sure your gloves are clean so no dust goes into the engine. Place a clean funnel securely and use it to pour the new engine oil. Use the right amount and type of engine oil as mentioned on your car's instruction manual. Once you've completely poured the engine oil, take out the funnel and close the oil cap tightly with your hands. Close the car hood and run the car for 5 minutes to bring the oil pressure up. Turn the engine off and wait for 5 to 10 minutes. Check the oil level with the help of a dipstick. Remove the dipstick and wipe it off. Insert the stick back into its place. Then remove it again to see if it's up to the full mark. If it's not full, add more oil as needed. If it's excessive, drain the extra oil as excessive oil can cause problems. For draining, refer to the earlier part of the video. Dispose the old oil in a can and return it safely to an automotive store or a recycling center since just throwing used oil is an environmental hazard. Close the car hood and you're good to go. You have successfully installed the Zip oil filter and changed your engine oil in your car. For more information, you can reach out to us on our website, WhatsApp, mail, and other social media handles.